the Honorable Upendra Shivukla, Deputy Speaker, New Jersey House of the Assembly, Mr. Inder Singh, Chairman GOPIO International, Mr. Ashok Ramsaran, Chairman GOPIO Convention, other GOPIO International office bearers, members of the Diplomatic Corps and Consular Corps, members of the media, ladies and gentlemen, Pranam, Namaste, good evening to all. I am honored to be here tonight as a person of East Indian origin, that is the PIO, and Consul General of the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago in New York. As a second generation person of Indian origin, yes, I'm second generation, I'm fully aware of the challenges faced. Okay. Oh, you're not hearing me?
Yeah. Right.
Sorry. As a second generation person of Indian origin, I am fully aware of the challenges faced, and in the face of globalization, I am thankful for the birth of GOPIO and its regional chapters to champion the cause of people of Indian origin. I looked at some statistics quoted by GOPIO before coming here tonight, and it is instructive to note that there are more than 25 million persons of Indian origin worldwide. To have at this moment over 25 million persons of Indian origin geographically dispersed throughout the globe, and in many cases in concentrated numbers, is an incredible feat, given the fact that India's population is approximately 1.2 billion in the context of the world's population reaching the mark of 7 billion this year. Trinidad and Tobago, as many of you know, has a population of approximately 1.3 million people, of which about 45% are of Indian origin. Indentured laborers landing on our shores in 1845, and 160 years later, members of the diaspora have distinguished themselves globally in the field of business, law, medicine, engineering, writing, academics, in every area and at every level, politics to name a few. In fact, it is a credit to the country of my birth, Trinidad and Tobago, that in 2010, the first female Prime Minister was elected. This female Prime Minister happens to be the Honorable Kamla Persad Bisesa, and it's important to point out that she too is of Indian origin, something we are all proud of. I have also learned quite recently that our beloved Prime Minister will be journeying to India, the place of our ancestors, as chief guest of the Pravasi Conference scheduled to take place in January 2012 in Jaipur. I hope I'm right. Such honor is also reflective of the recognition of the diaspora outside of Trinidad and Tobago by India. Our government, under her leadership, recognizes the uniqueness of all God's creation, where every creed and race finds an equal place as identified in our national anthem. To this end, it must be underscored, ladies and gentlemen, that the government she leads has committed to bettering the lives of all Trinidadians and Tobagonians, and continue to undertake ways and means in finding workable solutions for all our people to meet the challenges encountered. Our government also recognizes that our youths are the key to the future and has embarked on a series of programs designed to help them in education, health, and developing healthy lifestyles, a big challenge we have these days with our youths, job training, job creation, and employment opportunities, all with a view to creating a knowledge-based society that will propel the economy to sustainable development, and where each and every citizen would enjoy true happiness. That's the ultimate in life, we believe. In engaging the Trinidad and Tobago diaspora around the world, our country hopes to establish a channel whereby resources would be tapped to assist with the developmental thrust of the country. To this end, we would explore ways and means on how collectively we can join hands in achieving this goal through our diasporic friends residing here in this part of the world. The growth of the Indian diaspora of over 25 million and counting over the years has witnessed parallel growth with their influence and stature, thereby contributing and cultivating mutually beneficial ventures among themselves and others in the area of business, trade, culture, health, education, and politics, and have broadened their sphere of influence in all these areas that go well beyond our national boundaries. These influences and engagements are in themselves an education whereby other people of the world and those with whom the diaspora interface understand our way of life. This experience can only bring harmony and understanding among peoples of different origins, of different places, and of different cultures. It is important, therefore, that the diaspora organizes itself to facilitate networking among neighbors and communities. I know, for example, that Indo-Trinidadian cultural and business associations formed in Trinidad and Tobago, in New York, in Canada, in the United Kingdom, and other places worldwide, liaise with each other to promote common interests and to strengthen and preserve ties. I urge GOPIO International to help in further strengthening these bonds, for we all know too well that no wind blows good any people who are without a culture, a tradition, or a way of life. They are like a rudderless ship without an anchor and with no port of destination. Therefore, it is really critical for us to use this organization to keep our tradition alive, well, and kicking. So GOPIO International continue to be the glue, and in Trinidad we say the lagli. How many of us know that word lagli? Nobody? Lagli is a glue that you place on the tree to catch the birds. So GOPIO has to be the glue that continues to bind the PIO in a way that would be beneficial not only to themselves, but also beneficial to all mankind. This means that while you pursue your specific goals and objectives, these must also and always redound to serving all humanity for the greater good. I take this opportunity and say congratulations to you, GOPIO International, on realizing your goal of erecting a memorial for Indian indentured laborers at Hurley Port in Kolkata in January of this year. It was at the Bhawani depot, correct? Yes. This simple act instills a sense of pride when I think about the origins of our ancestors of the Indian diaspora in Trinidad and Tobago, the Caribbean, and the former British colonies, where there were the pioneers of the group gathered. They were the pioneers of this group gathered here tonight. Given that we can boast of first, second, third, fourth, fifth, and sixth generations of PIOs and so on, the importance of identity is magnified, particularly in a globalized world. And I think many of you have read Thomas Friedman, The Lexus and the Olive Tree and the World is Flat, and you realize that there is what I should say, it is a paradox that while there is globalization, we are all looking for ethnic enclaves are developing, and for good reasons, because we have to hold on. It is the only goalpost or the post or the support that we have in order to be identified in a world that is moving that fast. I have always felt that one of the ways to preserve identity is through tradition, culture, and the art form. And from what I have seen thus far, Trinidad and Tobago's culture appears to be thriving very well in New York. In fact, the creative industry is a niche product for Trinidad and Tobago. and has achieved global success in replicating our carnival in London, Brooklyn, and Miami, as well as the cross-cultural fusion with the likes of Trinidadian and Tobagonian sitar maestro Mangal Patesar. We have also witnessed great strides in Indian dance, song, music, and other art forms. As GOPIO chapters worldwide endeavor to strengthen the diaspora network, challenges are abound. I understand that this is one issue that you will be addressing during the convention this weekend. Speaking from my seat as Consul General, I am now keenly aware of the challenges in providing consular services through the consulate in New York. Addressing the needs of the diaspora equitably across geographic locations is challenging and magnifies itself with growing diaspora as successive generations here become more immersed in their adopted homeland. And I think Deputy Speaker referred to that. It is very difficult for us to hold on to the culture that as we move on from one generation to the other. But the sociologists would tell us, or tell you, that this phenomenon is normal for all migrating societies, so there is no need to despair. Therefore, the focus should be on keeping the diaspora engaged with its origins, its culture, and roots, and with persistent dialogue. I am confident that these will mitigate, if not resolve, some of our major challenges. The consulate is and must be a nexus between Trinidad and Tobago and all its nationals, as well as those from other countries and descendants, in supporting and promoting all its various traditions, cultures, and art forms, engage trade and commerce, and address the daily needs of our citizens right here, so that they can live comfortable lives while at the same time be able to traverse the world. To this, I assure you, as Consul General, I will do my bit. In closing, I thank GOPIO International for the privilege of sharing with you tonight. And I do wish you all success during this 2011 convention. Pursue your goals and objectives with passion, love, and a sense of purpose, as you always do. And I shall be looking on with great interest on the debates as you move along this weekend, your shared experiences and outcomes of this major but very important event. I wish you all an enjoyable evening and a very successful and fruitful convention. Thank you very much.